Oh, it's another video today! Oh my god! So, judging by the fact you already read the title, this is me talking about how awesome this year was for anime related stuff and the events that happened this year in anime. And I am very excited to talk about these myself because a lot of these were personal things, personal animes, creature comfort animes that really stood out this year. And I'm very happy to talk about these. You know what to do? Like, comment, tell me what more videos you would like me to do for you guys. I got some fun ones coming in the new year for everybody. So, first and foremost, we had the end of an anime this year. The end of an anime that just really hit home for us. Those of us who read the manga knew exactly how this was going to end too. And without getting too spoilery, this year was the end of Attack on Titan. The other animes I might be a little spoilery in this because I have to, but so Attack on Titan ended this year. Attack on Titan, some of you who are on this channel and know about Attack on Titan have probably read Attack on Titan for years. Personally, I've been a fan of Attack on Titan since it first came out. Actually, not when it first came out, like a few months after it first came out. Because I had a friend who, as soon as it came out, she was obsessed with it. She was obsessed with it, and I had to figure out, personally, why she was so obsessed with it. And I got my answer. It ended up into a long-winded relationship with an anime that not only confused me at some points because of the directions they decided to pick, but also the revelation at the end that everything ends up making sense somehow. Sure, there's like a couple cop-offs in this anime. Yeah. If you've seen the end of it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This cop-out. And the world comes spinning round and round and around, and the world comes spinning all around. Well, Attack on Titan. It started off this year with the I guess the first little bit before the episode before we got this last banger. We got that earlier this year. And we've just been sitting blue-balled. Blue-balled, blue-ovaried, whatever you're feeling today, guys. Literally. The end of Attack on Titan dragged on so long that it lost some people. Besides the diehards, or the people who just really want to figure out how it ends. I knew how it ended, and I don't blame them for taking this long. Mostly because if you look at Attack on Titan and how the manga is, it is animated almost as close to what they could capture as possible. Watch it. Watch Attack on Titan. Now, on for the next bit, because this is a long video. I'm surprised at how long this video is going to be. So now we talk about part 2 of Bleach. Part 2 of Bleach, once again, blew expectations out of the water. They were last year when they said that this year was going to be a lot better animated. Boy was it. Boy was it. And they the pacing is wonderful. The pacing in the episodes are wonderful. It might seem a lot fast, but what they are doing is they're doing. How are you supposed to make something like this drag on, you know? With, for instance, sword fights. A lot of these chapters, sure, the parts in the manga went on and on, but you also got to remember back then, it was being written on a weekly basis, and we were only getting like 14 to 15 chapters, 15 to 14 pages every chapter at that point in time. And that moved quick. Each, like, those pages, they didn't seem to last long back then. I remember just reeling week after week as Bleach was coming out because I wanted more and more and more, because everything was just so fast that I wanted to catch up to what was in the mangaka's mind. Because honestly, that's one reason I really am all about the manga and anime theories, is because if you think about your favorite artists and stuff, you like their art, but just imagine the thought process and what created that art. You know what I mean? You look at the author Ichiro Oda of One Piece. You're like, how does this man's mind work? This man is a treasure. You know what I mean? So Bleach, the pacing is absolutely beautiful. The fight scenes are absolutely beautiful. Love how they did Kenpachi. Love how they did Mayuri. And I love just the absolute justice they did the Squad Zero fight. The Squad Zero fight in the manga was just so short-lived. But this was the example of the time where Bleach actually took something in the anime, added stuff to it, and didn't bore us for an entire season of filler arc, okay? There has been no filler in Thousand Year Blood War, and that's been the best thing about Bleach Thousand Year Blood War arc, is the fact that there's no fucking filler. I mean, there's some filler I would accept, but no, Tite Kubo, you hurt me with filler. Now it's time to wrap up the Bleach part of this. Yeah, I also need to smoke another. But yeah, literally, Bleach, how they're doing the Thousand Year Blood War arc. If anybody were to ask me if they should watch it, I would go hell yes. Hell yes, watch it. We're here for the long run, fellas. Crack one open. Because we're going on to the most fun part of this video, the most hype part of this video, because of what happened this year in One Piece. Because One Piece has somehow been breaking the mold and killing it for like 3-4 years in a row. 3-4 years in a row, they have absolutely been going ham. It's Shiro Oda. Thank you. Thank you. The One Piece has been really showing me why it's such a masterpiece. The story of One Piece. If I had to say my favorite thing about this year in One Piece, albeit the anime was amazing, and some of my favorite episodes of One Piece aired this year. It really... The Sanji versus Queen fight, yes, there's spoilers here. There's going to be spoilers here. The Zoro versus King fight. Ugh. Not to mention, in the manga... By the way, anime viewers, I would suggest skipping ahead maybe 5 or 6 minutes into this video. Hell, maybe 7. Maybe 7. If I start talking about the next subject already, which I'm going to be talking about the isekai epidemic, then you should maybe start by going 10 seconds back. But to continue on to One Piece, the manga, the lore drops in the manga have been phenomenal. They have taken Bartholomew Kuma and have made him into one of the most beloved characters of all time. And this man, he got dealt quite a bad hand. I kind of want to cry because of how much Kuma has touched my heart this year. The anime touched my heart, made me cry definitely. But in the manga, Kuma has kind of transcended what I usually register about characters. He was so mysterious at first, then he just all of a sudden became a robot, and finding out what led to that almost broke my soul, man. No, this is as serious as I get and straight-faced as I get. Kuma is... He's him. He's him. He is one of the best written characters in fiction history. And I read a lot of books, right? I have read Dante's Inferno. I have, like, the entire Dante Alighieri Divine Comedy. Read it. I have read American University grade literature just for fun because I love reading. I have compared One Piece to that of the great works of Shakespeare, and all I have to say, Ichiro Oda really knows how to write a character. The entire life of Bartholomew Kuma outdoes Hamlet for me. It outdoes Macbeth. These are some strong statements. It even outdoes The Great Gatsby. And it's almost as dark as To Kill a Mockingbird. Actually, you know what? It's darker than To Kill a Mockingbird. And to say that is extreme. We've gotten Gorosei name drops this year. We got an Extreme God Valley lore drops this year. We got Revolutionary Army lore drops this year. We got hey, man. One Piece is heading in a direction that I am thankful I'm alive in this time period to witness. Now, if you are almost here, if you are here from the segment where I told the anime viewers not to watch, welcome back. We are about to go into the next subject. So this started last year, and it continued on to this year. And that is the overwhelming amount of isekai themed animes. Now, if I had to say the isekais I care about, better out than in, Shrek always says. Best isekai, Shrek, I swear. Nah. The best isekais, I would have to say, go between reincarnated as a vending machine, the hero is dead. That one's a good one. I killed the legendary hero. The hero is dead. I killed the legendary hero. Seriously, check that out. Check that out. For isekais, I highly recommend that one. I highly recommend, because you see too many isekais and it just, do not watch My Life as a New Kai-san's dog, because it will haunt you for life. That was last year's my least favorite anime of last year was My Life as a New Kai-san's dog. Now, I'm about to go into another subject that I have not talked about as one of my favorite things that really branched out this year, because I believe everybody who thinks that Junji Ito is overrated, he isn't overrated. He is rated just fine. And I'm going to be making a video on the future about the two Junji Ito animes, which I have watched both to completion, by the way. And a bunch of people complain about the acting, and a bunch of people complain about the music for the themes and stuff like that. But I'm gonna be frank here. What do you expect? Junji Ito's like hand-drawn stuff is impossible to replicate in the form of anime, and there will never be a Junji Ito anime that does well unless the person behind the pencil animating Junji Ito's anime is Junji Ito himself animating frame by frame. That is the only way we were going to get a perfect Junji Ito anime. However, what we have gotten is good enough, in my opinion. Sure, we got the first episode of Tales of the Japanese Macabre. We got the family in the first episode. Then it goes into something very scary. I honestly think we should have my only quip with it is you should have done the 2 family episodes with the Kamigawa family. You should have done them in the same episode. That's my only quip. Now we're going to go into the last aspect of today's video. This video. And one of the longest videos I have made on this channel that is just me blasting your faces and ears with this year exciting me so much in anime. And there's some parts of this part that, by the way, spoiler warning, Jujutsu Kaisen fans. Jujutsu Kaisen fans, if you only watch the anime and you don't read the manga, I don't recommend you go on beyond this point until like maybe the last 5 minutes of this video. Last 3 minutes of this video, just to be safe. And I have to really prep myself for this one because this year, this specific anime manga franchise has really broken the mold in several ways, but also divided people in several ways. And yeah. That's my domain expansion right there, fellas. So now that my domain has expanded, let's talk about Jujutsu Kaisen, fellas. Jesus Christ. Every time Sukuna comes out, I just wonder what the toll is going to be on the story. What is Sukuna going to exact from the reader? Whether it be the entire Shibuya incident, whether it be the sanity of a young boy, Yuji Itadori, whether it be the character that polarized the entire internet. And this is the third spoiler warning. Sukuna killing Gojo really put a wedge in between the anime fan base because, one, it was almost as big as the Joy Boy reveal last year of Luffy. 2, it crossed paths with the anime-only community way too often because there was no escaping the fact that Gojo died. There was no escaping Gojo dying in the Jujutsu Kaisen fandom because Gojo dying really pissed a lot of people off. It didn't piss me off. It shocked me. Didn't piss me off. It shocked me like when Itachi died. But Gojo dying really fucked with a lot of people. I to the extent where Gigi Akutami is receiving death threats still, to the point where we might be having Jujutsu Kaisen, even though he was saying that he was going to end it soon. And I believe that Gojo dying is a result of GG pushing us into the final endgame, especially with Higuruma doing what he's doing now. When mangaka makes a polarizing decision, we kind of just gotta stick with it, man. Or woman. Because we came along for the ride to love this person's artistic vision and respect it. Sometimes, just like life itself, something someone's not gonna like is going something someone's not gonna really like is gonna happen. Whether it be the death of one of the best characters in anime history. Because trust me, Dio died. He was one of the best characters in anime history. But we just kind of gotta roll with that punch, you know? There's a chance that that person that we have loved had always been kind of been pigeonholed as a huge stepping stone for a greater plan of a greater finish. Much like Eren Yeager becoming the bad guy in Attack on Titan. Much like Obito Uchiha actually being the Madara stand-in, just to bring Madara with Kabuto. We have to accept that this is all just great anime, and we are here to witness this. The only thing that was unrightfully done to someone is was Kishimoto killing Neji. That's the only thing I never liked. There was no reason for Neji to die. And I will stand by that. I will stand by that hill on my grave. Neji did not deserve to die. There was no sort of thing gained from Neji dying. No mental blockage. I mean, the only thing that wasn't gained was the fact that Naruto could potentially laid with Neji. Now, like, comment what more videos you want to see. And let me know what you liked about this year in anime. And Shanks versus Blackbeard next year. I'm calling it. Shanks versus Blackbeard, or the next biggest thing I've wanted to see is Blackbeard versus Luffy, and it's way too soon for that. It's way too soon for that. This is the last thing I'm kind of chucking in as a bonus series. Blackbeard's going to defeat Shanks. Blackbeard's going to literally kill Shanks. Then that's what's finally going to set Luffy off into kicking Blackbeard's ass. Because literally this entire time, Blackbeard's just been getting the one-up on Luffy, taking everything of his, took his brother, now his grandpa, took so much from him. And Luffy ain't done shit. We need to see Luffy do some shit to Blackbeard. I'm not even intimidated by, like, how scary the other crew could be compared to the Straw Hats. But that's a gamble I really want to see. That's a gamble I really want to see. Because Blackbeard versus Luffy versus the world government, the battle for power, so to speak. Now, thank you for chilling with me for half an hour. I love y'all. Thank you for enjoying my anime themed content. And I look forward to bringing you more in the new year. Subscribe to me, please. I would love to get more people involved with me to bring you better content, too. I got something big planned soon. Me and a friend. See ya.